farmingtontime.com.
Hi, this is Sergio Mialnichenko with the Brazilian Hour. I would like to invite you to join me every week with the best and most exciting music of Brazil. Every week, right here.
Tune in the Brazilian Hour every Saturday night at 11 on KSJE Farmington. Wednesday morning here on KSJE, and it's time for our weekly trip to the Encouragement Lab, and that's where Communications Professor Dr. Mike Hattabaugh is standing by in the lab this morning. Dr. Hattabaugh, good morning.
Good morning.
There you are. And how are things in the lab today?
Well, they're busy. They're busy.
Okay, I don't see any smoke in the shot with you for folks who are watching us live, so that's got to be a good sign.
A little lower key today. We're traveling.
Okay, gotcha. That's right, because you're going to be up here tomorrow. We'll talk about that in just a bit. But today, your lesson is relating to the story, more on our series on listening, right? And this is how to relate to someone else's story, huh?
Exactly. So you know, when we meet somebody for the first time, we create an interview. So, what's your name? Where are you from? What do you do? And that's an interview. And really, what we're doing when we do that is we're going, "How are you like me?"
Interesting.
And that's a story,
right?
So when someone tells you a story, let it relate to who you are. Can you feel their pain? Have you ever been in that situation? Have you ever been through something where you go, "Oh man, I'm so sorry you have to go through that because I went through this"? That's relating to their story. So when they're telling you something, it's really important that you connect that it's more than just information they're giving you. It's who they are. It's part of who they are. And at that moment, it's the most important thing that's going on in their lives. It may not be important because, in the moment, it may just be, that other dog ate my dog's treat.
Right.
But in the moment, that's the most important thing. So that's what I mean by relate to their story.
Interesting. And is there a danger, Dr. Hattabaugh, that could maybe turn the attention from the other person to ourselves? Because we don't want to do that if they're relating some important story that they really want us to hear and understand, right?
Exactly. I was sharing in a seminar that was given a week or two ago about the fact that, sometimes relating to the story doesn't mean, let me tell you a better story.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a bigger story.
Right.
That's not what they want to hear. Relating to the story means saying things that like, "Oh, I understand. I've been through something like that too." It's not, well, when I was, I love Brian Regan has this great comedy bit about, having a dinner party with an astronaut, and you got some guy in there that tells all these big concocted stories, and he's the astronaut who was on the moon, just sits back and eating chips, and at the right moment goes, "Well, I walked on the moon." And go watch that clip. It's really funny.
Okay.
But yeah,
right.
you can trounce on somebody's story by telling a bigger story. Notice I didn't say tell another story. I said relate, connect, put yourself into their story and ask yourself how you would feel. And that will help them feel like they've been listened to. Because remember, that's what we're talking about. This is one of the key components of listening is people that feel heard are people that feel understood. And the way you understand somebody is to relate to their story.
Got you. But again, it seems like there's a fine line between relating to the story and making it about yourself.
Yep, and that's a whole nother thing, and we'll
right.
have to do a whole session on, quit inflating your head. Right. In fact, if anything, if you're going to tell a story, tell one that's embarrassing about yourself. Tell one where you're not the hero. People don't like to hear a story from somebody about where they're the hero. Mm-hmm. What they like to hear is stories where it's like they like to see heroes tell stories about how they were the dummy in the room, and then that helps them relate to the story. So same kind of situation. But the idea here is you're trying to build empathy in their story, even if you don't agree with it or you haven't had that experience. Any way you can choose to relate to it, man, you're gonna feel heard. They're gonna feel heard, and they're gonna go, "Wow, you're a great listener."
All right. Always good advice, Dr. Hattabaugh. Thank you so much. We should
welcome.
let folks know that we're going to hear you, tomorrow at the Four Corners Conference. You're going to be a presenter at the conference, right?
Four Corners Conference Professional Development. I hope there's still time to go register. I think if you get registered today, you're still okay. It's an all-day thing tomorrow. I know I've got 2 afternoon sessions where I'm teaching on listening. So sign up, come hear me, say hello, tell me that you heard me on KSJE, and I'll give you a business card. It's got my name on it. I don't have anything else to give you. Maybe a hug. I'll give you a hug.
There you go. Okay, see? So there you are. Dr. Hattabaugh, safe travels. We'll see you here tomorrow on campus.
All right. See you then.
All right. Very good. That's Dr. Mike Hattabaugh. He is with me every Wednesday from the Encouragement Lab with great words of advice just like this. Hope you'll tune in next week at the same time. I'm Scott Michlin, and this is KSJE Farmington.
How do you know what to make of the news? Is it politically inflected? Is it stenography? Is it just plain untrue? On the Media Health